moving. So if you're here for the first time, know that you were invited by invitation only. And so the person who has invited you to be here tonight probably thinks that this is something that might resonate with you. It certainly was my invitation. You know, a friend of mine invited me to our precursor program, and it takes a little bit of bravery sometimes. Not everyone is comfortable just approaching people and going, hey, there's this amazing thing that's changing my reality, and you know, giving me all of these possibilities, and will you come and check it out? Because you're making yourself quite vulnerable. And you know, so thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring your friend or whoever's invited you and being here with us. And we're going to take the next probably 45 minutes or so to share with you about this thing, this incredible thing of beauty that is coloring our world, that has colored the world, and that right now, as you'll see as we go along, is spreading across the globe in the most magical, incredibly powerful, dynamic, potent way. So just a quick disclaimer though, this presentation is information sharing only, and please don't construe it as financial advice. Neither myself, Candz, any of our presenters are registered financial or tax advisors. And basically what we're sharing with you is being from our personal experience and how this has impacted our lives, and just given us so much hope and awakened our dreams. So welcome to Gift of Legacy, a gifting activity. If you've never heard of gifting before, don't feel that you have been living under a rock. I'd never heard of it before as well, and I play in many communities that are all about giving and receiving, and I'd never heard of gifting. And I'm so glad that this was my introduction to it. And even now, having moved around and seen many other things that are around, I'm so glad that this was my introduction and it's where it's my home. So we are a gifting activity. And what makes us unique is that we are supported by this incredible algorithm that drives the sustainable movement of gifts. And that word sustainable is the key word in what we are sharing tonight, because there are lots of get-rich-quick schemes. There are lots of fly-by gifting communities. There are lots of opportunities out there. And I'm not saying they are good or bad or any of the above. The only question I really look at when I get shown these is it sustainable? Because do I want to put my energy into something that cannot keep on going and, essentially giving me some passive income somewhere down the line? So it drives the sustainable movement of gifts between individuals globally. It's all about a new economic paradigm, which we'll speak about a little bit more. We are replacing the old, outdated, traditional structures of how you just have to earn a salary, and how society has dictated how that should be, and still tries to put things in place to make sure that we can't create finances in other ways for ourselves. But it's time for us to join together and thrive instead of merely survive. Many of us have survived many things, but that's just one step. The next step is thriving and living the life of your dreams. So if you are interested to know about more, then let's talk about gifting. Let's get into the gifting zone a little. So who's it for? Well, if you believe in the principle of sowing and receiving, maybe give and you shall receive is one of your mantras. Blessing someone that you don't even know, love that. Taking control of your life, and that might be, that might mean becoming the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer of your own reality, and helping others succeed in life. That's why so many people are here on this call tonight. If I just look at some of the pictures, Jenny, like a couple of people on here, Candz being one of them, it's all about, the drive is all about helping people around us to be the best versions of themselves that they can be and have every opportunity. So if this resonates with you, keep listening. Don't go anywhere just yet. So global gifting activity. As I mentioned briefly as we started, we are a global community. There are no limitations on borders, and we have members in over 100 countries and growing daily. We are basically, in a nutshell, uplifting the communities that we live in and ourselves at the same time. Gift of Legacy is creating abundance, and it's encouraging self-development. And you'll understand this as we go through the presentation, as Candz takes us through the boards a little bit more, but it's all twofold. Yes, the money and the abundance. Abundance is more than money, but also growing ourselves as individuals. So sacred economics. That's such a beautiful term. Another term that I hadn't really encountered before I joined this incredible community, but it's been around forever. So maybe this is just the label that we're giving each other and giving and receiving that has been around for centuries. And of course, the roots of the sacred economics kind of in modern culture, it leads back to about the 60s. And, you know, a lot of that time it was communities of women and children that needed to look after themselves when men have often been out working in the fields. You know, there's just, women needed to take care of themselves a lot more. And that's often the heartbeat of where these things begin. It is 100% legal and has been off the mainstream system for decades. In Africa, we know it as the Ubuntu culture. But of course, every culture has their special word that talks about people coming together, communities coming together to help one another. I'm wondering what the community name is in whichever country you're from or language that you speak. Put that in the chat sometime. So blessing millions is not just us spewing out some lovely rhetoric, because we are literally doing that around the world, giving hope, education, abundance, redistributing wealth into the hands of many. And when we say that, have a look at this number. And I know it's increased since then. I think, Candz, on Friday, you'll be sharing the new numbers. But when we created this presentation, whenever it was last month, already more than 40 million US dollars has been gifted amongst our GL communities between our members. That is a significant amount of blessing going on in our community. And I hope that you stick around and see if this is something you'd like to be part of and be able to also take part in this blessing. So here's the very cool thing, and it's one of the reasons that both Candz and I were drawn to Gift of Legacy. It's because there's no company, no institution, no broker, no trader, there's no middleman involved in you participating. You are basically joining a gifting program, and Candz is going to talk us through this, but you are connecting with another human somewhere in the world. You are gifting them directly, and you will be receiving in the same way without someone paying you at the end of the month. No one's got your banking details or all your special secret bits and pieces. It's just person to person, decentralized gifting. It is simply an interactive website, and it manages the movements of these boards that Candz is going to show us in our gifting activity. Really, all you need is a computer or a smartphone and an internet connection, because we connect with each other a lot on WhatsApp, on Telegram, and of course, it's always good if you've got an email address so that people can get hold of you to send you money, and also just, you know, you become friends. And so, like Candz and I, just so we can message other in the morning and go, hello, I love you, and all things like that, just to be a bit soppy while we're talking about money. So peer-to-peer, person-to-person, because this is all about the people. You get your gift paid directly. And when we say paid, that's just a word we use. We gift each other directly, as I've just said. There is no third party involved. You're not paying a commission. You're not paying a platform fee. There are no tokens that you're buying that are sitting on a platform, which makes it really risk-free, because so many of us have done that thing where we bought tokens and then, you know, that platform collapses and then you don't blah, 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 all of that stuff that has helped us to get to a place where we are willing to look at something different, and also know that, certainly for me, I'm much happier when someone messages me and just says, I'd like to send you $1,600. Where would you like to receive it? Yes, please. Here's my account details. So I really love that, this peer-to-peer gifting, and it's so personal and lovely, and it does feel like a yummy present. And here's that beautiful word, perpetual. So as I said in the beginning, sustainable, perpetual, these things that are ongoing, that means this beautiful Mobius loop of yumminess that keeps us going. The infinity symbol, ongoing, non-stop, it's passive. It means it's occurring repeatedly, sustainably, frequently, over and over and over and over again for generations to come. In mine and Candz's example, we don't have kids that we will be leaving Gift of Legacy to, so we'll be, you know, setting up trusts for our fur children and their kids and their fur children for generations to come.
And at this rate, we'll just have to set trusts up for institutions that look after fur kids as well.
That's exactly it. All us animal lovers. So if you might be getting the gist now, Gift of Legacy is more than just a gifting activity. Okay, we are here, we're people that are wanting to grow each other, and we cheerlead each other, we support each other and uplift one another as a community and help each other. So when we gift from our heart. You'll see as you join us that when you gift, that first gift that Candz will tell you about, it comes from a little bit of trust, a little bit of, oh, let's see what's going to happen, but it's from your heart to another person. Then the next level is sharing the love with those around, that those who can also benefit. Then you get to, if you enjoy it, to guide a team and, to build a little team around you of the people that you love, those people that you'd love to go on a nice holiday with, the like-minded, your soul people. You can build a team with them, and then you become a legend. You'll understand the word legend as Candz shares the boards with you a little bit, and you get to build your legacy. Because why? We are a community with the same vision. We want to change lives, our lives, and the lives of the people around us. And I'll use that example of when you fly, and the flight attendants will say to you, if we lose air pressure, then an oxygen mask will drop. Please use the mask yourself first and then help the passengers around you. And that is exactly what we are doing. We're here to help ourselves so that we can have maximum impact in our communities and the lives of the people around us. So now I'm going to ask Candz if she will unpack this all a little bit more and I've given you all the fluffy stuff, and now she's going to give you some of the hard stuff, all the good bits.
Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to have your energy back. Oh, it's absolutely been missed. And I'm sure there's lots of people, even if they're not on live, that will definitely agree with me. And, it's so beautiful. Jenny O'Boyle was saying the other day that when she was joining this, she was looking for a sign, and then she was in the traffic, and she was behind a car, and the number plate was legend. And
that's so cool.
I know, but I was wearing these pajamas that I bought already last year winter, and when I took them off the other day, I saw the label is legend. My cookware, all of my pots and pans are called legend. So the signs are there, and it's just beautiful. It's such a beautiful word, and from being a legend, you create a legacy, and that's what we're building here. We're building a legacy of people and a legacy of money that can change the world. Because let's be honest, money makes your life easier, and it gives you the ability to make changes in the world that you wouldn't be able to without it.
Yeah, so, how do you buy and save a rainforest if you haven't got money to do that?
Exactly. Exactly. So let's talk about writing these beautiful boards of abundance. We are going to talk about joining the board and gifting your legend $100. Sharing Gift of Legacy with like-minded and like-hearted people who will in turn do the same. That is not a pretty sounding sentence that just feels good. That is one of the most important things that you need to consider when coming into Gift of Legacy. You join with a sacred yes, which means that you're going to commit to running through all of the boards and doing this for your community, for the greater good, and for yourself, like putting your oxygen mask on first. But when you think of the people that you're going to bring in with you, make sure that they are people that can guarantee your success. Can your dog guarantee your success? Although he's very lovable and probably so excited when you come home, it's not going to be able to guarantee your success in Gift of Legacy. So just think of the two people that you would want on either side of you when you are going into a battle or you want to change the world, because the time is now. It's not a pipe dream anymore. This is happening, people. The world is changing before our eyes. So get the people that you know can help you on this journey, and that will in turn do the same with the people that they bring in, and will in turn do the same with the people that they bring in. It is so very, very important. If you just bring in space fillers, they will block your abundance, because if you bring in 5 cats, guess what? You're going to need 10 cats somewhere along the line to support those 5 cats. And then the 10 cats need 20 cats to support them. So just think about that logically. Think about the way that a watch works. All of those little cogs need to move together for you to be able to tell the time. All of the cogs in Gift of Legacy need to constantly be moving together. We're going to take a look at your journey through the 4 boards, our silver, our bronze, our gold, and our platinum. I'm going to explain the beautiful role as you move through Gifter, Builder, Guide, and Legend. And we are going to show you how you are actually going to be able to receive gifts in your first cycle, totaling $42,700. And not only that, when you've gone through all of the boards and you have the ability to rejoin, you will go on a perpetual journey. And when you get to that perpetual journey on all 4 of those boards, you will get $49,700 perpetually. Is it going to take 4 months? Is it going to take 6 months? Is it going to take a year, 2 years, 3 years? It's all up to you and the like-minded and like-hearted people that you bring in with you. Even if it takes 3 years, no bank in the whole world, no whatever policy you take out. I mean, I had a meeting with the broker the other day because I needed to just update my medical aid. And I started asking him questions about, like the stock market and investing and the return. I was just laughing. I thought, oh my goodness, people still do this as brokers and as a business. How stressful. I think 8 or 13% was like the biggest return. This is about gifting. It's about changing people's lives. It's about meeting people who feel the same. I meet people when we go to events, we can sit down at a table and there are no awkward silences. It doesn't matter if they are 90 years old or 40 years old. We have things in common and it is so beautiful. So in the next slides, I want you to focus on the yellow circle, which will represent you in your journey. And if this is your first time watching it and you don't understand, please don't worry. That's a normal thing. This is not of this reality. This is in order to create a new reality. So you're not going to understand it the first time. Goodness, I didn't. So I wanted to believe that it was going to work because I felt it in my heart so strongly, but I didn't understand it. I didn't. And then when my monkey mind got in the way, I got so much fear and I didn't want to join because I didn't understand it. But then I had to just get into my heart. And that's all I ask of you guys. Just stay in your heart with this all the time, no matter what obstacles come in your way. Because your heart will always show you that this is the way of the future. And in order to change the world, you're not going to be able to sit on your couch and wait for that. You've got to make the change, be the change. So let's get started. So like I said, the beautiful thing about this is really it's only $100. It's only ever $100. And it's very important that it is $100, not 100 Rand. Not 100 pounds, not 100 euros, $100 across the board. Very, very important. And if you feel that it's too expensive, wherever you are in the world, get 4 people to take out one position and work on that position together. It will create the strongest team because your 4 people are constantly working together to build their legacy. Get 8 people to join and then it's even stronger. But it really is the one and only time you will ever take money out of your own pocket. And if you are as excited as I am, start downloading Airtime and PayPal and World Remit and start learning about how to send money overseas because we are going to be gifting people from all over the world. And bank transfer also works if you're in the same country. And then, of course, crypto is very, very easy to learn. And again, it's part of the new way. So if you have a fear of it, just get onto YouTube and watch a few videos. You can learn anything in the whole wide world on YouTube. It's amazing. And remember, with this, there is no middleman or third party involved ever. You join via a link that somebody special sends to you. You sign up, you join a board. Only then when you've joined a board will you see who your legend is. And that's when you make your exchange. So it really is person to person. And there is no company that you sign up with and put money in an account because that would make it a pyramid scheme. So there is no company that is. And every single part of the gift, that $40 million that Angela mentioned earlier, not 1 cent has gone to a company or to Gift of Legacy. That is $40 million shared lovingly amongst the participants within Gift of Legacy. And that's really, really important. So this is your bronze board. You will start with $100 and you will exit once you go from gifter to builder to guide and legend, and you will exit with $800. So here you are. You will start out as a gifter. I will say, hello, Angela. I am the new gifter on your board. I'm so excited to be here. I'm from South Africa. Where are you and how would you like to receive your gift? Angela will then respond and say, hi, so wonderful to have you here. I'm from South Africa as well, so I'm very happy to either have PayPal or to have a bank transfer, whatever is more ease for you. So it's as simple as that, but it is really important that when you first sign up and you click that join button, that you are contacting the legend straight away and making sure that you are offering to give the gift. There's nothing worse than somebody having to ask you for their present. I mean, really, you'd never go to someone's party and the birthday girl or boy would come up to you and say, where's my present, before they say hello to you. So please do the same on this. And also, when you are a gifter, remember we talk about the journey of self-discovery. You come on because you followed your heart. Something in the person that invited you made you excited, made you feel like you can change the world, and you followed your heart. So that is a beautiful place to be, and you've just got to keep there now. Don't ever move away from the heart, because in your next role, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to keep in touch with that, but we'll get there in a second. After you, 8 more gifters join the board. And once the legend confirms the last gifter, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere will split, and the 2 guides on either side of the legend will become the legends on 2 different boards, and you will be on the board that's created from the left hemisphere. So you will then go into a builder position. Now, builder position is the most important role, but it's also a role where you really need to dig deep, work on your mindset, and really hold on very tightly to your why, because change is met with resistance. And a lot of people that you love will tell you that you're crazy for following your heart and doing this mad thing. So make sure that you get people that really understand and have that same feeling that you did. And if you feel like you're convincing somebody, stop. You've planted the seed, change the subject and move on. Don't need to talk to them about this again. Because if you've got to convince somebody to join, you're going to have to convince them to play every single part of this activity. And it's not going to be fun for you. And this is really fun. We can make it so much fun if we allow so. So you've got your 2 people. You are so excited. They have come in gifter 1 and 2 position. So we will call them A and B for now. And then the other people come onto the board, giving this new legend their 8 gifts. Once confirmed and they receive the $800, they will close this board. It will no longer exist. And the 2 guides on either side will now become legends, and you will now become the guide. The beautiful thing here is, as a guide, it's exactly what it's called. You are there to guide your builders. You're there to offer assistance. You're there to show them where the academy is. You're there to make sure that they understand how the academy works. The A to Z documents coming out very soon. Get them onto Zoom calls. Show them the amazing library that Chris has been working on in different categories, where you've got orientation and training and how to find people. There's so much incredible education. And then when it comes to mindset, we have probably one of the best collections that's, I want to say, locally made, or let's say homegrown, because they are participants from our community that have really volunteered and contributed so much towards the mindset section. So get your builders to watch as much as possible. And in turn, look what's going to happen. They are going to bring in their gifters, C and D and E and F. And now what will happen is, because we've got the left and the right hemisphere, the guide, which is you and your little mini community there that you've created, will now split off and become a legend on your own board. And look at that. Your 2 invitees, A and B, are right beside you in the guide position, and their 2 invitees are right beside them in the builder position. So guess what? The new gifters that come in are giving you $100 each as they arrive, and they are part of your community. So when you get to legend, essentially, if you do this the correct way and you follow the guidelines, on your first board, you will have created a beautiful community that is your creation and that is contributing to your inviter. I mean, how beautiful is that? And not only that, you now receive $800. The beautiful step that you took when you followed your heart has now returned eightfold, that beautiful infinity symbol. And now your heart opens even more because you've never been in a position where you're receiving, because you're a person that's always been helping people. So there's a beautiful thing that happens when you're in legend, and you get the sparkle in your eye and you just can't stop smiling. And then you can talk to anybody about it because you are truly in your heart space. The beautiful thing as well, once you get your 8th gift and you close your board, if your original board, see where you were a guide originally, if that still isn't full on the other side, you will actually go back there to assist in the movement, and that will make sure that nobody gets left behind and everybody's transition will be smooth and full of ease, joy, and glory. So nobody gets left behind and no stuck boards. Beautiful thing here, after your first 4 gifts, I forgot to mention, that is when you can have the opportunity to fast track, because you've got $400. You can place yourself on the silver board. And sometimes if you get lucky, which a lot of people do, the silver board can move faster than the bronze board. So you could be even receiving as a legend on a silver board while you're still receiving on the bronze. It all just depends. So always after your first 4 gifts, fast track, because then you've been a good steward of the community's wonderful contributions and you've moved yourself onto the higher board, because when you complete, you're going to be automatically joined anyway. And if you don't have the funds, you're going to be stuck because you won't be able to join any boards until you've got the funds. Then you can keep 3 gifts, and then your last gift you use for your perpetual journey on the bronze board. So on your first round on your bronze board, you get to keep $300. Not only that, when you go on your perpetual cycle, everybody that came in, you know, your A, B, C, D, E, and F, they will be following you onto this board and ensuring that you get to legend again. And this time you will receive $800 and you get to keep 700 of that, because you only need to use $100 to go in perpetually over and over and over again. Now your silver board, you entered with $400 when you got your first 4 gifts, and you exit with $3,200. Remember, with this board, you can also fast track after you receive your first 4 gifts, because that comes to $1,600. So you will use $1,600 for your gold board, and you will get 3 gifts. And on your last gift, you will use $400 for your perpetual silver, which means that now you will have received $1,200 that you get to do whatever you like with. Absolutely spoil yourself. Go and do whatever is fun for you, because money follows joy. So just keep the fun in your life and make sure that all the people that you brought in with you are doing the same. And then on your perpetual cycle, you will now get to keep $2,800, because your invitees will now follow you, pushing you into the legend position. And when you leave and complete that board, you will only need $400. So how does it get better than that? Perpetually, over and over again. On your gold board, you enter with $1,600. And after your 8 gifts, you leave with $12,800. Again, your first 4 gifts will allow you to fast track, and you'll have some change. And you will hold back $5,000 for that platinum board. And then your last gift, $1,600 for your perpetual gold. And this time around, you get to keep $6,200. And now you've ensured your place on the platinum board, and also ensured that you get to receive perpetual gold gifts of $11,200 in your pocket over and over and over and over again. Just imagine all of that beautiful gold energy circling around you right now. Your last board, your final $5,000 platinum board, you enter with $5,000 and you exit with $40,000. The wonderful thing is you can keep the first 4 gifts. You can keep all 7 gifts because you only need to keep $5,000 so that you can keep receiving on your platinum board over and over again. $35,000 in your pocket for each cycle. So here you go. This is a summary of your perpetual. On your $100 board, if you keep cycling, $700 each round. $400 board, $2,800 each round. On your $1,600 board, $11,200. And on your $5,000 board, $35,000. And the magic carries on over here. As long as you are still inviting people and making sure that you are keeping your bronze board flowing, you will always ensure that you will keep moving. So, you know, people get tired, they stop inviting, and that's why we say, don't necessarily stop at 2. We tried to stop at 2 and we realized we go slower if we do that. So just keep sharing the magic. The more people we've got, the more we can change the world, the more we can look after one another. Our summary of our potential gifts: on your first cycle, it is $42,700. And on your second cycle, we are $300 shy of $50,000. Like I said, even if it takes you 3 years, what would $50,000 mean to you?
Sure.
And now over to you, Candz.
I mean, if I think, Candz, like since we began, for both of us, you know, these gifts have truly changed our lives in so many ways. And that's not because it's been like, oh, you know, we just suddenly all were receiving $5,000 gifts all in one go. And like, you know, it's just that for me anyway, like just every month or every week or randomly or whenever it happens, suddenly a gift will arrive, you know, and just brighten up your day, and in so many occasions for me, help me to pay things that month that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to pay. So on the other hand, there are other people that have built teams so beautifully, and they just go through these boards regularly, like in month cycles. And so for them, you know, it's different for everyone depending on how much you put in. What does Regan always say? What you put in, what's Regan saying?
Well, one of them is trained beats untrained, which is so true. That's true.
But basically it's around, you know, what you put in is what you get out is essentially what it comes to. So just to recap on what Candz has already shared so beautifully, when you're on your first cycle, you're going to gift $100 to a legend on a board. That's when you register. You're going to invite 2 like-minded, like-hearted people. Again, those aren't just cool words to use. Find people you really want to journey with, who you want to hang out with, and then help them to do the same. That's as simple as it is. If you do just those 3 things, you're set. I mean, it's really, if I think of all the businesses I've been involved in, and I am involved in, it takes a whole lot more work than that to kind of benefit in any way. So once you have completed your first cycle, you are going to be auto-joined to the higher board first. And then once you're confirmed as a gifter, which means you would have gifted the legend on that board, you will be auto-joined to the perpetual cycle, to that position that Candz was explaining to you. Please gift the legend within 24 hours. I mean, you know, if you've been sitting on a board and you're so excited to be in the legend position and someone lands on your board, it's a dream come true moment, especially when it's your first time or any time, but you know, just that first one. And so you know, don't hold back, like just get the flow going the minute you get their land and gift. And then the perpetual positions, you know, it's really important that you join those perpetual positions, that you continue the gifting and the receiving, because that's where the magic lies. The gifting, receive, gifting, receive, gifting, receive, and that's what makes it sustainable. You know, thankfully, I'm going to get onto it now, but this beautiful algorithm that we have has put things in place to help us if someone doesn't continue gifting and receiving. But the magic would be if we all continue to do exactly that. Just a little side note, again, a reminder, you can't advance from the bronze board without having two confirmed inviters. So that's the key thing there. What makes us different? Sure. Gift of Legacy is user-friendly. You're going to get your own unique personal profile. It's super easy to use. It's informative. Everything that you need is at your fingertips, as are we. Like, you can come to Zooms, there's Q&As, there's training, there's all kinds of things to help you. Everything about Gift of Legacy is user-friendly. This is by the people, for the people. We have this incredible fail-safe system that's using board splitting now. It assists in leaving nobody behind. And Candz explained that a little bit. But once you join some of our training, you'll get a better understanding of how that works and the mechanisms behind that. But it's very exciting. And so we are very grateful for our perpetual cycles. We've got an innovative algorithm that takes care of new participants, but still rewards existing participants in our system. Cross-pollination starts from your first cycle and your perpetual boards, and it's basically, we're interconnected as a global gifting community. You know, as we've said, people from over 100 countries, and that means as a global community that there are various cultures. And so it's always good to keep in mind that when you are speaking to someone that maybe doesn't speak your language as a first language, just be kind, be a little bit patient. I mean, we've had some really, really good laughs about some of the messages that we've received. You know, that just as happens when you are communicating in different languages, and we use translators and things like DeepL, etc., to Google Translate to make it easier. But be gentle, be kind. Everyone is trying to head in the same direction. Candz already said it. It's not limited to 2 people. You know, if you see your own life changing, and why would you not share that with more people? Because this works. And we're still here, like part of this community for 2 years later, almost 2 years later. And we are busy people. Like, I would not be here if I did not know that this was home and that it was beneficial and I was able to, you know, improve people's lives around me. So we, as I said, by the people, for the people, we've got a community support team, and that's available on giftoflegacy.com. You'll see on the homepage, there's at the top of your personal profile, there's a support button. And please go in and check the academy out and see if there's anything that you can answer there. And then if not, you can check in and our team will get back to you. Then we have fast tracking and board splitting. Candz, I'm going to give back to you to chat about fast tracking a little bit more.
Perfect. So we have fast tracking. So the reason we say no extra people is because before we had it where you needed extra people to move through the boards. But now the only requirement is as soon as your second gifter has gifted and been confirmed, so that means your invite count will be 2, you will be allowed to fast track to silver if you have the means necessary. If you don't, absolutely fine. Remember what I said, when you are a legend and you get those first 4 gifts, that is when you go and you join that silver board and you ask the legend straight away, where can I give you your gift? And you gift them, and then once you're confirmed on that board, your gold board will open up. Same thing, if you've got the means necessary, go ahead and fast track. It's the best thing that I ever did. And if you don't, you can wait until you're a legend. Once you get those first $400 gifts, 4 of them, fast track yourself to $1,600, make somebody's day, gift them that $1,600. Once you're a confirmed gifter on the gold board, the platinum will open up. And then the same thing, if you want to go and take that giant leap of faith and join the platinum board like so many people have, then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, perfectly fine. You can wait until you're a legend and you get those first 4 gifts. I know so many people that got the first 3 and then they just looked for the rest of the money because the first 3 was just almost there, and then they got to join the platinum board. With board splitting as well, it's just something that we've developed so that if one side is building faster than the other, they can move off, because there's nothing more frustrating than one side working fast, the other side's a bit slow, and you've got your invitees lined up and they can't join until you've moved. So when one side splits off, it allows the faster team to come and work through faster. And then of course, the beautiful advantage for the other side that is slow And because we are all about community and lifting one another up and not leaving other people behind, we now can have, once you've completed as one of the faster legends, you then come back on your perpetual journey and you come back to that board, and that will complete in no time. And then, of course, all your invitees will follow you onto that board, and it will become your own board, like I showed you in one of the first slides. So very, very exciting. It really is what sets Gift of Legacy apart. And we've really worked hard at making this the best and sustainable system. I mean, we haven't had one day where the servers have crashed. Yes, we've had days where we've given notice to switch off, but we really are impressed by the quality of the way that everything is working, and the way that we bring everything out every month.
Yeah, I think, also what's really important to note on that is this is a really sacred space for us. And so there are a couple of things that we just kind of want to put in place to protect Gift of Legacy and protect those people in our community. So one of them is because we don't need to promote on social media. It just means that it's not person to person, it's not a personal invite. So people may use the platform in terms of, however you like to build your team, but not to put Gift of Legacy's name out there in the public domain, just without support. And then another key thing is, please no cross-recruiting of GL members to join other programs. Go and fish in another pond, don't fish from your own pond. And it says everything. It's frowned upon within our community to do that. So yeah, please don't. And then no filling of spaces. So all your invitees need to duplicate the system. So, that's, as Candz was saying, if you're you can put your cat and dog on underneath your name, but you're going to have to find 2 people under them and, 4 people under both of them. So really, don't just fill the space. Fill the space, find someone who you really is going to help you to grow into Gift of Legacy and to let you move faster and to help you, just to work as a team. Who would you want as your team to help you to succeed? Choose wisely. Be the messenger, not the message. That's basically, and I mean, we've all experienced this. You join, you caught the vision, you're like, yes, this is for me. And then you're like, but how do I tell anyone around me? Because I haven't received my first gift yet. And sometimes, if you're lucky, like I was, the gifts just were coming when I first joined. And so I was trying to catch up. But that's what we're here for. Come, bring your people, your invitees to a meeting and let us share. Who've been in here a little bit longer. We're so happy to do that. And it's also nice for us to meet the people that you care about so much. And we've got Zooms, we've got recordings on YouTube. There's lots and lots of material out there that you can use. And then, of course, to attend regular live presentations and watch the recordings is really important. All of us have experienced at some point where life gets really busy, or you're busy with other stuff and you kind of lose touch with the community. And it's the analogy of a fireplace. If you take a piece of wood out of a burning hot piece of coal out of a fire and you put it on the side, it's going to get cold and die. So you just want to tap in the whole time, keep the fires burning, just keep it going and simmering or flaring, like whatever you want, have moments of great noise, and then other moments when you're just keeping it simmering, but stay plugged in, whatever you do. And there is extensive training available. Candz and Chris and oh my gosh, like everyone's done just such a beautiful job with creating training, and both in how to get through Gift of Legacy and then also that personal, that self-development stuff. It's always there, and as we'd said, trained always beats untrained. So participate in your own rescue. This is really key. It's important to understand, of course, that there's no guarantees. Your success or failure will depend on your willingness to participate. Using the guidelines, of course, many people come in and they're like, this is great, but I'm going to reinvent the wheel. The people who are sharing this with you are part of creating the program. So this is like from the horse's mouth. Just do that. Gift. Bring 2 people. Help them do the same. That's all you need to do to succeed and continue to grow that. Also, just with regards to tax laws, every country has their own taxes. Just check what yours are and maybe just consider, how you can best stay within the compliance of your tax laws in your country. We don't have any third-party affiliation, ownership or partnership. If you're joining Gift of Legacy via a third party, that means, someone's building a different structure and they're using Gift of Legacy. Please know that you're doing that at your own risk. There are teams that have done that. If you're going to go that way, make sure that you're sticking with a team who's on this call every single week and who's building wisely and according to Gift of Legacy rules. And so also, it's 100% peer-to-peer. You are only ever going to gift someone once you land on a board, and you're going to get a notification to say who the legend is that you need to gift, unless someone is helping you do that. But you only gift once you're on a board. So if someone is saying, I need $150 from you before I put you on a board, no, it's $100. Gift the legend who you receive on the board. I think that's some of the house rules. Candz, do you want to talk about this beautiful love heart position?
Yes. So as we said before, Gift of Legacy is an interactive website that purely manages movements on board. So it's really not owned by anybody. It is a website and it is for the community. The community can create their own leaders within, the structures that are built by the way that the boards are built. So GGM is an initiative that is supported by Gift of Legacy, and GGM has been funding the development of Gift of Legacy. So it's called Graciously Givers Movement, and with Graciously Givers Movement, we've created Love Heart. So what happens with Graciously Givers Movement is when we launched, we had a couple of angel positions that are in Gift of Legacy, and as they move through the boards, they get gifted. And that has been paying for the development and the development prior to launching. Now with Love Heart is attached to those GGM positions. And the beautiful thing is this is extended to our community. And I absolutely love this because I was in a precursor program and I made all the mistakes that we talk about here. I thought, 2 people, easy, my dad and my husband, done. It was very difficult because I really had to try. I had to build for my husband, although he was very excited about it. I've got the gift of the gab, and he's the rock that supports me. And my dad took a long time, so I had to be an emotional support with mindset. So it was difficult. And as I progressed, I invited more people, which I had to take over their accounts because, again, I just got yeses and got them in and didn't give them the correct information because I was more excited about getting a yes than getting a commitment. There's such a big difference. And a lot of the people that I invited, I gifted in as well because I wanted to rescue them. Angela said, put your own oxygen mask on first. So what's so beautiful about this and why I'm telling you this is because there will be people that you will be thinking of while you're sitting on the Zoom call that are struggling and going through a hard time and would benefit, but are not in a position where they can come and build a network, build a community of people. They can barely get out of bed in the morning because of their harsh circumstances. This is for a church, a charitable organization that's close to your heart. For somebody that stands on the side of the road begging for money that you see every day, orphanages, rehab centers, even your domestic or your gardener, somebody that needs medical care, somebody that's older. It's for those people that you want to help and know that they could benefit, but not necessarily by them bringing to you that bring to you. So if you are a participant and you are building your 2x2x2 and you qualify because you are doing that, you are able to take out a love heart position for that person that you love and care about, that you want to see also receive abundance. And what's beautiful is that you sponsor the position. So you'll fill in a form. It's the ggmmovement.org/loveheart at the bottom of the page. You'll go there, you'll click on the link, you'll fill in a form. You'll write the name of who you want to sponsor. You'll write your 2 invitees' names as well so that they can just do a background check. And then you can, what I do is I like to keep the account until it gets to legend, till I've got something tangible to show them. And then I will start training and handing over and telling them exactly, teaching them how to receive and send their gifts, because that's all they'll really have to learn is how to check their boards, how to send and receive their gifts, or you could manage it for them. It's really totally up to you. It depends again on the situation. Then you will get placed on a board, and exactly the same. You will ask the legend where they would like to receive their gift. You'll give the gift, and you will have a love heart position. It will be love with a heart emoticon, and then it's got a number at the end of it. So love heart 1885, love heart 396, or whatever. And it's a really beautiful movement because all the love heart positions follow each other. So they're not going to benefit you on your journey of building, but they're going to benefit all of the people that really require assistance in a different way. And the more we can bring in, the more we can help and change the world of many, many people. And I mean, can you imagine how beautiful when they are in a position and they really believe in this, because the love heart position has given the ability to them to get into a better position. Can you imagine what good advocates of gift of legacy they will be? They'll be able to build on the other side traditionally 2x2 so much better than all of us because of the amazing way that they were brought into it. So yeah, and then also with GGM, like we said, if you're receiving gifts on your boards and you're feeling really generous and so grateful for this amazing program, you can click on the donate button, and we take donations for as little as $1. So every dollar counts. And yeah, whenever you're in a position of receiving, just click on that donate button.
Oh, I do love those love heart positions, and warms my heart so much. It's a beautiful, beautiful legacy. We've got Zooms, as we said, Mondays. We've got motivational Mondays. We've got presentations twice a week. So it's a combination, as you can see, orientation, training, self-development, also being here to, bring your inviters. And then, of course, Fridays, we're unpacking various topics. So make sure that you join our Zooms, our Telegram groups and the WhatsApp groups, so that you can be at the pulse of everything that's going on and see all the invites. And as you'll see here, we've got Zooms in Afrikaans, Zulu, Asia, Spanish, German. I mean, there's just all the languages people are. And when we first started, everyone was on this call from every different part of the world, every different language, and these were huge. But now it's so beautiful because this has taken on a life of its own, and those communities are hosting their own calls and growing so beautifully in their own languages. So, for those who are watching and seeing like 100 people or whatever on a call, this is really the tip of the iceberg of what's happening in our community. But yeah, stay close to us so you can see what's happening. And these are our official Telegram groups. The one that I'd like to highlight here, there's info and all of that, is the testimonials group. So pop on there, because that's where you hear from the people in the community. Very often when people are presenting like we are, sometimes people have a point of view that we've got some other agenda, that we've been paid to be here, or we get a special position or a commission like that. None of that's, it's by the people, for the people. So we're just one of you, but that's the place to go if you really want to check out what's happening in the background and hear those testimonials. It's really lovely. And you can see why people are here as well, because this is all about what is your why. If you have a strong why, you know why you want to be here. This makes it fun, and it just keeps you focused as well. It gives you that North Star. So go and find out there what everyone's whys are. And I think that is all from us tonight, except to say thank you for the gift that you are, for being here, and for coming to hear more about what it is that has changed our lives in so many ways.
And if you are interested in joining, make sure, sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. Make sure that you keep in touch with the person that invited you, and start learning about the payment gateways. Get them on your phone, become familiar with them. It takes a little bit of a process to, prove your identification and proof of address. So start doing that in the meantime. Get yourself prepared. Ask your inviter if sitting close to them, if you can have a look at the academy with them, because that is in their user profile. And there really is so much information on YouTube. Chris has been categorizing everything, so you'll be able to find everything that you need. There's a special folder specifically for orientation. So if you are new and you are as excited as I am after presenting with Angela, then go and have a look. And when you are prepared and you are educated, nothing will stop you, because then you can drop your walls and barriers and you can easily share from the heart, because you don't have to worry about rehearsing anything because you already know it. So yeah, thank you, Ange. So lovely to see you this morning. And thank you all for being with us tonight, and looking forward to the next time.
Yes, and what else is possible for all of us? You know, how does it get better than this? And I just wish you all just everything beautiful on this journey. So thank you, Candz. So much fun. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.